What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So there's an interesting market situation on volatility index which I would want us to have a look on in today's video. We'll be having a market breakdown, a top-down analysis on this index basically, where I would be analyzing from a higher time frame, which is daily time frame, down to a lower time frame, possibly the 15-minute time frame or the 5-minute time frame for entries. So starting from the daily time frame, the first thing I would do is to spot out the market direction, the market structure. That's the first thing I look out for basically. And it's clear that this market is on a bearish structure with series of lower highs and series of lower lows created. Always do well to spot out the market direction whenever you want to analyze the market. It gives you a directional bias and what to expect of the market overall. So we've got a clear structure, which is a bearish structure, lower highs and lower lows created. You can still spot out these highs and lows to confirm if they're lower highs or lower lows. I think I've made a video on how to do that. I've showed you guys how to do that. So you can spot from this structure basically as the current structure. So we've got that to be a high, a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Let's call this a lower low, or let's say an equal low at this point, a lower high there, lower low, lower high, and we could get what a lower low formed at that point. Why is this highs and lows called lower highs and lower lows? Is simply because each and every high and low that has been formed is lower than the current low or the previous low. So we've got this to be high. Let's say this is a high. Yeah, this high has a value of 6,109. That's the value of this high. The next high that we got has a value of 6,051, which is lower than 6,109. So that's what makes this high a lower high. Let's do the same for the third high, which has a value of 5,954. So this high is lower than the previous high. So 5,954 is lower than 6,051. That's what makes this high a lower high. The same thing is applicable to these lows. Because this first low, let's check the value. Let's first clear this off. Sorry. Let's clear these lines off. So the first low, let's call this the first low, second low, third low. So let's check the value of this first low. It has a value of 5,978. The second low has a value of 5,884, which is lower than the previous low. So 5,884 is lower than 5,978. Yeah, so we got this low having a value of 5,616. So these lows are lower lows, lower than the previous lows, and the highs are lower highs, lower than the previous high. So this is a clear bearish structure, and the market being on the bearish structure gives me the sell expectations in the market. So the next thing I have to do right now, I am to do basically, because I'm the one analyzing this market, right? So the next thing I'm to do is to spot out the historical levels and zones formed on this structure. Levels that have got past history zone. So let's say this is a level based on past histories. Let me make this bigger or thicker. It's a historical level because the same price reacts at this point, react here. There was a break retest, we had this little buy reaction. So that's a historical level of resistance. We have a level here based on past histories as well. Price bought here, sold, and sold. So level of past histories should be identified, and we got this at this point as well based on past histories. Price bought here, support, bought support, there was a break retest, resistance, price sold. And yeah, so this is the last historical level. Let's call that the last historical level, and we have this to be the lows in the markets, which price is approaching. As you can see, we've got a bearish day. This current candle is a bearish candle because we're on the daily time frame chart. Each and every candlestick on this time frame on this chart takes 1 day to form. So this is the current daily candle, which is a bearish candle, and we could see this candle close to these lows, or maybe the next candle could likely be what a bearish candle, which would fill up this gap for price to come test this next zone, this next historical level. So I'm bearish on this index. We have sell possibilities at least price dropping to this point, and I have to proceed to the 4 time frame chart to see what we've got. So this 4 time frame, I'm still to spot out the market structure on this 4 time frame. I've already taken note of the day time frame structure, which is a bearish structure. So the 4 time frame structure is also a bearish structure because we've got lower highs formed and lower lows. But we have this previous structure, which is a bullish structure where price created a series of higher lows, first low, second low, third low, higher low, fourth low there, fifth low, and higher highs as well, because we've got this to be a high, higher high, higher high, higher high. So this is a clear bullish structure. Then we have this to be a bearish structure because price shifted from a bullish structure towards a bearish structure. So the current structure on the 4 time frame chart is in line with the daily time frame structure, because we've also got a bearish structure on the daily time frame chart. So that means that we've got high sell possibility on this index. At least price selling to these lows, this would be my target point for the sales as a day trader, because I'll be looking out for day trading opportunities. So I'm to spot out the historical levels formed on this time frame as well. Based on history, price bought support here, there was a break with that resistance here as well. I think I should spot this out properly. Support there, resistance there, support, there was a break, retest, price sold, resistance, and price is currently selling from this level of resistance, which I expect price to sell to these lows, like I've said earlier. So we've got a clear structure, a bearish structure, lower highs formed and lower lows, because we've got a high there, and that high, lower high, lower high, we've got a low, lower low, and a new low, lower low. So based on this structure, we could see price retrace to come give a lower high before we get the bearish continuation on price selling to this next level, this historical level here. So I expect a retracement on this index, and on this 4 time frame chart, I think we've got an interesting formation, which is an order block, a bearish order block, but I would still move to a lower time frame, which would possibly be the 1 hour time frame for an extra confirmation. So on the 1 hour time frame chart, we have a good formation as well. I think this is the order block I'll be working with, a bearish order block formed here, because I work with order blocks for entries. This is a drop based drop formation, and we've got a bearish structure as well on the 1 hour time frame. So the daily time frame structure is bearish, 4 hour time frame structure is bearish, 1 hour time frame structure is also bearish, and we've got some zones on this 1 hour time frame structure as well, because we are also to spot out the historical levels. I'm to spot out the historical levels formed on this 1 hour time frame structure, and we have this to be a low, which price has respected based on histories. Price bought support here after this fake out sales, price pushed up, came back, bought support before this consolidation, then price dropped. So it happens to be that at this point there was a formation, an interesting formation, a bearish order block, which I'll be looking for a retracement to short this index to the downside. So if price can move to test this zone, which is also a broken level of support, now turned resistance, if you can get a retest of it, I'll be selling this index from this point, in addition to a clear bearish structure. So this increase the probability of price respecting my sell projection, because I've got this clear structure here. So if price can retrace to my sell zone, I'll be getting an entry, a sell opportunity, something like this, stop loss above the base of my sell zone. Then target points possibly should be at this point. This is over, let's say 5:1, almost 5:1 risk to reward, which is a massive one. You guys can take advantage of these expected sales on this index. If you're risking off like $10 on this trade, you should be targeting to make about $50. That's a good risk to reward, a massive one. If price can retrace to my sell entry points, then drop to my target points, that's a massive risk to reward. If you're risking about $100, you should be targeting to make over $500 on this trade, or at least $450 on this trade, which is massive here. So that's what I expect of this index. That's my expectations. And for an extra confirmation on my sell zone, I would be moving to a lower time frame for the confirmations here, which would likely be reversal patterns on a lower time frame. So the time frame I'll be working with is the 5 minutes time frame, because that's the next standard lower time frame after the 1 hour time frame. On the 5 minutes time frame chart, I'll be looking for a bearish reversal pattern for a confirmation to sell this index on my sell zone. So I would expect price to move to this point for the sales, because before price sells from my sell zone, which is at this point, there would be a retracement, there would be a push to the upside, yeah, and reversal patterns comes into play because there are market formations that indicate a change in direction from a rising market towards a falling market, and the retracement is definitely what a rising market on a lower time frame. So looking at for a reversal pattern formation on my sell zone gives me a confirmation that price wants to reverse from this rising market towards a selling market, which would be the sales I'm expecting on this index. And the reversal pattern formation I'll be working with is either a double top or a head and shoulders, where price creates the first high there and the second high at this point. So I would wait for formations like this for an extra confirmation on this index. First high is at that point. Let me make this thicker. First high is there. Then second high is at this point, which I would wait for the neckline to get broken to get my entry. So the neckline, if the neckline can get broken, then that validates my entries on this index. I'd be selling from this point. So it's either this double top or head and shoulders bearish reversal pattern. So all I will do right now is to wait, because trading is a waiting game. You have to analyze the market, spot your trade zones, your expectations in the market, then wait for price to get to your trade zones. You just have to wait. I can't do anything at this point. That's what most traders fail to understand, being that they expect price to push up to their sell zone before they sell. You'd see some traders would start buying to their sell zone, which is very wrong. You don't have to do that. What you need to do is to wait for price to move up to your sell zone before you look out for a sell opportunity. Yeah, you can't start buying from here because you expect price to push up. No, that's wrong. You just have to be patient, wait for price to get to your sell zones before you sell, wait for price to get to your buy zone before you buy. You can't say you expect price to buy from a buy zone and price is pushing to the upside, or price is trading above your buy zone. You now want to start selling to your sell zone, to your buy zone, sorry. That's bad. You just have to wait for price to drop to your buy zone before you buy. Even though you expect price to drop, you still shouldn't sell because you have no analysis on that sell. So why would you want to sell? So right now I would just have to wait for price to retrace to my sell zone before I would sell. So you guys can take advantage of this and also wait as I wait. Let's wait for price to get to our sell zone before we can sell on this index. So that's it, guys. That's my view and analysis on this index and my expectations. Yeah, and trust me, this new week I'll be going hard in the synthetic indices market, and you don't want to miss out on my 5 trade signals and on the high probability trade setups I share. To join my Telegram channel, link is in this video description and is pinned on this video comment section, so click to join and don't miss out. For more market analysis like this and market breakdown, do to smash the like button, drop a good comment on this video, subscribe to this channel, follow this page and share this video. Thank you guys, and do have a wonderful day.